The one that threw Garcelle's book in the trash.
Oh, really?
Garcelle and I had a handshake agreement off limits. And so about a year and a half later, she put my daughter Amelia in her book in not a positive light, in a negative light. And that was what I did.
The reunion part 2 was definitely not necessary. Let's talk about it. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sammy Sam P, and today we're going to talk about reunion part 2 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So yeah, we're back with Garcelle and Diana. They're going back and forth. Diana doesn't want to let it go. She's still reading out of that teleprompter. And Garcelle has been telling her, hey girl, I just need you to leave me alone. At this point, you and I, we have no business together. And I'm tired of the situation. I don't know how they got there, but Diana talked about, you said I am evil. And Garcelle is like, yeah, I said that you were evil because of the way that you were talking about Sutton. Sutton is like, yeah, and you call me a C word. And Diana is like, what's worse between the C word and evil? It's like the C word. And the ladies are like, no, I think evil is worse. No, I think the evil is worse. And even Andy is like shocked. Ladies are very hypocrite. Like, what did y'all think they were going to say? Of course they were going to side with Diana. What do y'all think? Which one is worse? Evil or the C word? Personally, I think that today's society, when people say, oh, you're evil, it doesn't have that bad of a connotation. We've been using it in today's modern world. I feel like whenever someone say you are a C word in today's world, that's like a big insult. They really want you to be mad. But if you have to look at both words for the definition, yeah, being evil, especially if you're a Christian, is the worst of the worst. But let's just be real. In today's world, when people say you're evil, they're just trying to say you're mean. But when people say that you're a C word, like they mean that stuff. You know what I mean? You have to think about it. Telling someone that they're the C word, that is not even a word that people use like that. So that's to tell you how bad it is when people are using the word. What did y'all think? This goes back and forth, and at some point, Auntie is asking Sutton, if Diana was here, what would you want to tell her? And Sutton is like,
oh, I don't need to clear anything up, no. I mean, I think we're very clear on our non-relationship.
Like, look at you, Sutton, choosing the right words. You know, you didn't take long trying to figure out your word and saying what you need to say. Basically, you don't give a damn about Diana, you don't F with her. And when Andy asks Diana what he feels, Diana is like, I'm very disappointed in Garcelle. And I'm like, child, she does not want to let it go, y'all. She doesn't want to let it go. She's ashamed on Garcelle. And you know why she's so much on Garcelle? Because the situation with her son, public opinion is against her. That's why Diana is so mad at Garcelle. Because she believes that it's because of her that people don't like her. You know what I mean? And at some point, Diana really got serious and she acted like she really wanted to cry.
Well, I will put my right hand, and I'm putting it, that I know.
She's acted like she is reading again, talking about she's feeling really bad for Garcelle's son, and because she is a rich woman, she has the opportunity to know who the bots are and to file all those lawsuits. And I mean, Garcelle is also doing an investigation of her own, you know. So yeah, I mean, what else can I say, y'all? All I can say is thank you, Garcelle, for cutting Diana's camera time, because I was tired. When Garcelle said, I'm done, I was so happy, because Garcelle being done means that we're not going to deal with Diana no more. Girl, bye and do not come back. And it's break time, and all the little cliques are all together. We see Lisa, Rinna, and Erika being so appalled about the things that Garcelle said. Talking about Garcelle is trying to divide the group. Which group is Garcelle trying to divide? The Fox 4? The entire group? Like, isn't it what y'all do? Takes one to know one. Then we see Garcelle and Sutton talking quietly. And the part of me is like, those ladies, like, the camera are right there. Are we supposed to believe that they're really, like, saying what they're thinking? Like, it's kind of weird. Like, I like to see them coming in. I like to see what is being told in backstage and stuff like that. But the camera are still there. Like, Is it as genuine as we want it to be? I like it. I'm just questioning. Let me all know what you think in the comments. Carl and Doritos talking about Krystal, you know, she just doesn't want to admit that she was wrong for saying that Sutton was dark and whatever. And I'm like, child. I feel bad for Krystal. Y'all know my opinion about it. I believe Krystal to a certain level. I do. I feel that they spent a good part of part 1 talking about Krystal. And that didn't deserve all the time that they talked about. I felt that the real stuff, the real situation, Andy glazed through them because he didn't want to talk about them, and then he stayed on Krystal. And then during this part 1, they're spending at least 5 to 10 good minutes of that show seeing what they're talking about backstage. Spending time on what is really being said on the stage. Then the ladies are back and it's highlight on Garcelle. Garcelle finally got herself a Birkin bag for $13,000. And I mean, I guess congrats. We know Garcelle's situation with Birkin. We see the things that Garcelle has been able to achieve since she has reached the show. She's on the wheel. She bought a house. She wrote a book. I mean, she's killing it. And that's why she has those $13,000 to buy herself a Birkin. And the ladies are all like, oh yeah, it's nice. And kind of like, yeah, it's a good price. And I'm like, yeah, of course you're going to think it's a good price, Carl, when one of your purse is worth $60,000. Of course. But yeah, it was a good little moment. I'm very proud of Garcelle. You know, it hasn't been easy for her to be on the show. But one thing that I'm proud of her for is that she's definitely using the notoriety of the show to opportunities to make more money. So, you know, kudos to Garcelle on that. Garcelle talked about a situation that she had with Bill Cosby. I'm glad that nothing happened to her. And then when talking about the books, that's when Andy Cohen did the transition and asked Erika why she threw the book. And that's when Rinna revealed that she's the one that really threw the book. Yeah, she threw the book, y'all. Why did she throw the book? Because Garcelle and Rinna made a pact not to talk about the children. But in her books, Garcelle made a shade to Rinna and talked about her daughter. And she's talking about it's a good thing for Rinna that's skinny as hell to be dancing half naked in front of her daughter. Something along those lines. And Rinna was pissed. So she was hanging out with Erika, those two 55-year-old girls, and they decided that because they are mad at Garcelle, what they're gonna do is respond on their Instagram with a picture of them throwing the book in the trash. And I'm like, you're too old for this, but what are we gonna expect out of that? We knew that was gonna appear in the show and everything. So they did what they gotta do, and it's funny how Andy is not telling them, you know, that's kind of disrespectful for what you did. Would you do that? Why would you throw a book away? Like, that is not good publicity or whatever. But at the end of the day, you had to buy the book in order to throw it away. So you made Garcelle some money, and you probably even brought some more interest into Garcelle's book by throwing it away, because people probably were wondering what's in this book. And I'm pretty sure that Garcelle books did actually pretty good in the chart. So take that, Rinna. Andy and them, they almost laugh at it. Like, they were talking about it. They were very casual about it. Like, it wasn't really disrespectful to do. Garcelle was fuming. Her eyes were red. But what can she do? It was a highlight on Rinna, mostly about her losing her mom and the numerous antics that she did using her mom. We see the clip again when she is crying, talking about, I just lost my mom and everything. And I've been looking for the tears everywhere. Looking for the tears. Couldn't find one. But hey, I do feel that Rinna is sad that she lost her mom. That is a big loss. But I also do think that she used that in the show. And sometimes not in necessarily appropriate way. Every time she would have a back and forth with someone, she would talk about how she had a hard year and she lost her mom. And I'm like, yeah, but this cannot just be an excuse for everything. Especially an excuse for your bad behavior. The way you acted towards Sutton, you really decided that Sutton was going to be the person you were going to play with. Especially after Sutton brought them receipts. I mean, yeah, we understand she made a fool out of you publicly, But at the end of the day, you gotta take the L. But Lisa Rinna didn't want to take the L. And that's the reason why she was so mad at Sutton. And that is the reason why she acted like it was very hard for her to forgive Sutton. And whenever she realized that this wasn't going to work, she would use the I lost my mama card. Sutton bring it up on the stage and she ended up apologizing. And I was like, how convenient, Miss Lisa Rinna. Then from there were a transition about the way Sutton acted whenever the news that Dorit's house was invaded. And I mean, that was a sad moment. That was a dark moment for Sutton because she said things that she shouldn't have said. Sutton gave me the idea of someone that she's like in her head too much sometimes when she speaks, and whatever she's thinking that would come in like out of order and that should be to herself, it comes out. And that's why Kyle was so mad at her. But her apology, it seems genuine. Dorit took it. She said she's ashamed of the way she spoke about it. And it seems so genuine. Like when you get such a genuine apology, what else can someone say? I think it would be too much if someone were to push on her. Next, Andy is telling them there's going to be another break. And then after that break, Miss Cathy's gonna come. And you can see how everybody owes like, oh child, let me go get a drink. This is about to go hot. Oh my God, Kyle is looking a little bit anxious. You know, everybody's getting ready for the big dog that Cathy is. We see Cathy coming. They have that little music like the big bad wolf is about to come. For only to see Miss Cathy in her PJs, all pink and white PJs, coming up, getting ready to get, to get ready for Rumble. And that's the end of Reunion Part 2. Honestly, they could have cut that Reunion episode into 2, put a part into Part 1, put another one into Part 3. Those 3-part reunion are just not necessary. They're not necessary. Like, let me all know what you think. We could have gone without it. Good news about it is that I pray to God we're never gonna see Diana again in this show. I was just so tired of her, y'all. I feel bad for Krystal. I do not want Krystal to come back because I just don't think that she is equally yoked with the other lady for this show. I really like Krystal as a person. I just don't think she is the person for it. Like Krystal, it's so difficult for her that even Kyle, that have no backbone with her own sister and is always crying, could like get back and forth with her. And it's like, wow, like the way Kyle is even able to talk to her. Let me know what you think. Do you want Krystal to come back into the next season? See y'all on this note. For those of you that are new here, hey, and I invite you to, and for those of you that have been here with me, giving me support, thank you all so much. I'm going to have a giveaway to celebrate my 500 subscribers, so be on the lookout for that. See you soon. Bye.